Hey guys, Techno Geek Reviews Blu-ray, and today I'm reviewing Spider-Man. I'm obviously a very subtle fan. I mean, with the shirt and the background you could see behind Sean watching Batman animated series and that poster. I'm a very subtle fan, so there was no way a little overhyped. As you guys can tell, I'm clearly a very subtle Spider-Man fan. Joking. I'm a very big fan. I've reviewed the movies. A lot of my videos have been reviewing the movies. I've reviewed one of them. Video games. One of, not all of them. I've analyzed and criticized them. Now, spoiler cast. This is full, uncut, cleavage, nudity spoiler cast of the movie. I repeat, if you have not seen this film, step your booties, pouties, shawties, webheads, average moviegoers, Marvel movie fans, foot of this dark, treachery path of a review, because this is going to be spoiler filled. Before I say anything, if I like this film, also, I'm just going to straight out say it, this is the, having seen and reviewed all the movies, I'm just going to say it, I've never given this film, this rating, but I am going to give SpiderMan Homecoming, you're going to hear, first talk about the film before I give it the rating. This film is great. I just want to begin this part of the review talking about the villains. Never have I ever seen a villain in the Marvel Cinematic Universe done so well in a movie since in the Marvel Cinematic Universe in general, since Wilson Fisk in Daredevil Season 1, since Loki in Avengers, have I seen, or like the guy in Civil War, seen a villain done so well in a movie, and in a Spider-Man movie nonetheless, in a long time, since 2004 of Dr. Octopus. Okay, now this is the Easter egg portion of my review that I'm going to mention. I'm going to beat that dead horse early on. We see the Scorpion teased at the end of the movie as a post-credit scene to maybe we'll see Sinister Six later on. You see a cock tease of the Iron Spider suit from the comics, which is just plain awesome to see. It sort of changed a bit, and maybe Tony Stark getting married to Pepper Potts, which I believe happened in Iron Man animated series, but to a different girl. And other Easter eggs within this movie include Spider-Man doing a parallel scene that parallels exactly First Peter Day Off in the middle of the movie, doing the exact same thing around his neighborhood in Queens. We also see Captain America poking fun of how much Marvel makes these movies so many times, and we also see the Incredible Hulk, Bruce Banner, for his gamma radiation being an awesome guy. Not a natural movie, just in the background of one of the scenes, as the many Easter eggs within this film, as far as I can notice from the one viewing that I have seen it. Now I'm going to go into the plot. The plot is, right after Civil War, Peter Parker is nagging the hell out of Tony Stark and his man on the side, Happy Hogan, just to be an Avenger. Also, there's a side plot with the villain I mentioned, Vulture, which is well humanized, that the Damage Control took his work, took his job, and he's got to do what he's got to do. He's got to steal to provide for his family, and Peter's got his responsibility mentality and how they cross paths. Also, we get two Electros in the movie, one that dies and one that lives, and how they cross, and they come to respect like Snart. Also, this is the first time we see Liz Allen from the comics, but she's the daughter of Vulture in the movie, which just adds more tragedy to the character that wasn't originally there in the comics, which is very interesting for the character. Also, we kind of have MJ, but some fans might complain about it, but this movie handles things very diverse, and I wouldn't complain about it because it's handled very well. And Gang, yes, I know his name is Ned Leeds. In the comics, he's originally a Hobgoblin villain character, but fudge it. That is like Spidey's Foggy Nelson. That is not Ned Leeds, that's Gang, and he's awesome, and he's funny in the movie. Also, this film in general deals with the repercussions of the Avengers movie, the aftermath of it, and a little bit of Civil War, as I mentioned. Also, for SpiderMan Homecoming, Spider-Man deals early on with what took Tony Stark like 3 movies to get to. He deals early on, which just tells me easily on if he does become an Avenger much later on, he'll probably most likely take the leader role that Tony used to have. Also, we see Tony's father, Howard Stark, get Easter egged in this scene. Okay, last Easter egg I want to mention. We see the Spider Tracers in the movie, which is from the Superior Spider-Man comic arc, and I think it's appeared every now and then in the Amazing Spider-Man series, which is we see like the suit that's his proto suit, which is kind of like a clone suit we've seen in the 90s series and actual comic books. All in all, I gotta say, this is a great and best, one word I'm gonna use, best fucking Spider-Man movie to date, and I'm gonna say it, 10 out of 10. Love this movie. Go watch this movie, you will love that. Also guys, you see Flash Thompson like reference Black Widow, how he's dating her, and there's little funny gags about like Penis Parker, which even I laughed at despite being a fan. Hilarious jokes, and Gank, I'm calling him Gank, I don't care what you all say, in the chair being like, I want to be the guy in the chair, which makes me think Arrow, and I'm guessing he's referencing him, which probably means in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Marvel characters watch DC shows, and in one of the seasons of Arrow, they referenced Age of Ultron, so it's just hilarious how both universes kind of indirectly watch one another. And all our theories of Gwen Stacy were wrong. We're wrong. We're just wrong. That is not Gwen Stacy, it is Betty Brand. Well, that's a complete difference. We got that off. And all my analysts, all my Spidey technobabble, my knowledge I've learned over the years has been brought up to this point, and all my reviews way before Marvel and Sony came to an agreement. We finally got to this point. I gotta say it, like I said before, best Spidey movie today. And I don't always rate movies 10 out of 10. Not all the time. You have, if you're a teenager, go see this movie. If you're a movie kid, go see this movie. Okay, I'm not. Guys, if you're a Marvel fan, go see this movie. If you're a Spider-Man fan, go see this movie. If you're a critic, I love this movie. If you're a young teenager of my generation, I'm technically not a teenager anymore because I finished high school. I have to go to college, not my bag. I'm going to trade school. We're not talking about me. It's for people of my generation, and it reminds me of my second one for secondary 3 years. And it brings out different emotions on me, different from Logan. Where Logan reminded me of my negative side and my past, and how my future is, and maybe the bad stuff I do and that might affect people negatively. This movie reminds me of my early years of high school, before I became the man you all know, Mr. Blue or whatever, and this critic you see that's devoted a lot of time on filming the best he can do YouTube videos on the computer. He screws up a lot. But this movie is fantastic, and I highly recommend you all see it, especially young teenagers. This movie is for you. and 10 out of 10. 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 And we're out. Thank you, Blues. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and